Let's insert a classic YouTuber apology here, because we all know where this is going. Well, probably a lot of you don't. But if you've seen my channel, you will have noticed I've done videos with someone known as Lord of the Robe. Now in the background, I'm going to have some footage playing of his recordings, not mine. And what has happened last night, I never expected. Essentially, what turned into a simple disagreement caused hellfire and anarchy. I saw a discussion was going on between Lord of the Robe and another user on the server. I had seen that they were getting unfairly treated and kept getting called slurs. Now, I'm against just using derogatory terms against people just because you don't agree with them. That's not a good way to, if you want to say, debate or argue. I'm for fair arguments using valid statements and points, not resorting to just saying words on a screen. Now, Lord made some pretty outrageous statements, saying things like the CCP is trying to control Helldivers for funding to keep the government afloat, which I agreed that perhaps Tencent is giving money to the CCP because they have to pay taxes, but I did not agree that it's for some crazy conspiracy that they want to try and fund the government for some crazy war. But because I did not 100% completely agree, they started resorting to using words like retarded constantly. Now at the start, you would have noticed I had a little compilation of the times he said that. Now personally, I am not offended by the word, but in a social setting, the word is not considered kosher to be saying in a public space like that. Now, according to the Special Olympics Committee, the R word is a form of hate speech that stands for retard or retarded, or other offensive words ending in tard, while mental retardation is originally introduced as a medical term in 1961 for people with intellectual disabilities. In the decades since, the R word has become an insult used all too commonly in everyday language. Those who use the R word often do so with little regard for the pain it causes to people with intellectual disabilities and the exclusion it perpetuates in our society. Now, when I brought this up to Lord of the Robe, he commented that this word is not offensive and never has been, and you are a snowflake if you get offended by this, which I wholeheartedly disagree with, and I think using these statements completely derailed the conversation, which I was trying to de-escalate. This all started as me just saying, don't use foul language to prove your point. And I don't think the CCP is crazily involved in this game of yours that you're making. And that has spiraled, as you can see these messages, it's just spiraled into a crazy just theory. And I didn't want to get dropped into that. My head was swirling. But partly my fault for staying. I should have backed out because clearly Lord isn't in the best mental state right now. You know, he was shutting out over nothing. And he's not been mentally well for a long time. But I don't think that gives him the right to act the way he has and say that I was being disrespectful when I showed nothing but respect when receiving infinite disrespect to my face constantly and was being asked to accept it with a smile, which I did accept, but not with a smile, but with clear communication to run that back. And, you know, you can say I'm wrong, say I'm right, I don't really care. This video is here to serve as a counterpoint to his video. And I don't want to bring this up on the channel again, because, you know, I don't want to bring this up, but there needs to be two sides to the argument. I can't just leave it to be one-sided, as if I uploaded this first, I would have expected him to upload something as well, because, you know, I want to see every side in this. But what really upset me was when I referred to the country I live in as a country that's infringing on people's rights. And I said that my country's getting to a point where it's not in a good state. It was misconstrued into he thought I was saying China is a good country and my country's good, when really I don't think either country is good, neither the one I live in nor China. And I was saying not everything's black and white, there's grey areas, and I was just trying to sort of connect and give perspective that I have some sort of grounding point to know what it's like to have the government censor information from you. And it's not exactly a one-to-one comparison, but I was trying to give perspective. And that clearly caused a crazy butterfly effect. And it was really violent. He was talking about like taking out people's organs and pulling off people's fingernails and torturing people. And I was just sort of being like, you know, Secret Services do what Secret Services do, but I don't know why you're talking about organ harvesting when it was meant to be about helldivers. This has just gone completely off rails. And there was a few messages in there you can see where I try and de-escalate and stop the spiral. Because there was 3 people in there. There was me, Lord of the Robe, and someone called Kashmir Lop. And I just wanted all 3 to sort of calm down. I shouldn't have stepped in because I got sort of sucked into the black hole. But I just wanted to slow down the roll a bit. But clearly it did not work at all. But multiple times in there, I sent large paragraphs. And I have a few of them that I want to just read through, and you can see the responses that he gave back, and I just thought they were absolutely outrageous responses back. In one message, I said, I did offer to take this to the DMs, which was declined. This has gone way too far, and I did not want it to become a shit-flinging match, which it has became. I hated seeing it come to profanity over a disagreement on a subject that we had agreed upon. I feel that my point has been lost in translation. I am against China, and I am against censorship. I am also against incessant use of derogatory terms. I sent a message because I wanted to defuse, but it went terribly wrong. I tried to keep my cussing to a minimum. I heavily disagree with using terms like I am on the spectrum, but I am not fucking stupid, as it makes neurodivergent communities look bad. That is all I am against. I am also 100% against using the term retard. While I understand you have free speech, that does not mean I am not allowed to have an opinion on it, nor does it take you or free you from the consequences of using it to verbally abuse people like me or Kashmir. I am defending Kashmir here as it is not fair to do that to them, because if I had said these words to you, I'd have expected an upset reaction as well. I am sorry it has ended like this. I do agree with a lot of what you say, but I think you are getting way too in-depth and making things more complex than it needed to be. I did not want to do this in a public server, but private communication has been denied. I hope we can draw a line in the sand here and move forward with a more efficient manner. I have my views and I will stick to them, as you have yours. But doing what we have done is not good for anyone. I hope you will have a better day after this. And it did not go down well at all. And I was sort of surprised by that. He just sort of started getting pissy that I tried to back out. He said I was backpedaling and that I'm trying to step down because I've been proven wrong. When really I just didn't. I was in a confrontational situation I didn't want to be in, and I was trying to slow things down, really, because I wasn't invested in the conversation. I'd got pulled into the vortex, like I said. But he then said that he's going to record it and put it on YouTube. And I said, don't worry, I've recorded this too. But I haven't put it on YouTube. I didn't put my recording in this video because I didn't want the argument of me using my own recording and making it doctored to be used against me. So I'm using his own recording to show that it's his work. But I said, I have to, don't worry. I'm not afraid. I just wanted to end it. You clearly don't, and I see that. This is the last I will speak on it. You're just taking things way too crazy. And I just don't care about any of this. I don't get why you are like this. I disagreed once, and now I'm your #1 hater in your opinion, from how negatively you've spoken about me. I'm just baffled by your behavior. Do what you will. It was a mistake to try and stop a slap fight. It's not my fault. You're so immature you don't want to drop a tiny thing you blew to astronomical proportions. It's best if both focus on more productive things. I'm still willing to talk to you. I'm just appalled by your behavior as an adult and a father, arguing over nothing on Discord. I've tried to stop this multiple times, but now you're implying I'm the instigator, which is just nonsensical. I'm sorry that you don't like that I have opinions. People will disagree with you like I have, but they will also agree with you like I have on things too. This is the end of it. This is pathetic. I will reflect upon who I publicly affiliate with, and you should probably do that too. I hate to see this happen, but I have done my best to stay calm and collected. But I've noticed you have largely fabricated evidence with previous messages. No further communication is needed. Do us all a favor and do better things with the time we have. I like you, but this YouTube stuff has really changed you. Sad to see you go out like that. Good luck with your goals and ambitions. I hope to see you succeed, as I hope you would want me to do the same. I will continue to talk to you if you will allow me. I will not bring up this incident, as it will all just rehash it. I do not get why this happened over one thing you misconstrued and refused to attempt to reflect upon, like I have done. And he still just ignored that message and continued to want a war that was not wanted nor needed. And I left it there, but I went to bed because it was 4 AM and I didn't want this at 4 in the morning. But I woke up to his video on YouTube with just him scrolling through like I shown you on screen earlier. And then I'd seen some images, right? And essentially what has happened is some people have commented on his video. And here are some of his responses. Someone was saying that YouTube is a job because you have to pay taxes on it and it's something you put effort into and get money out. And he says, YouTube isn't a job, and if you think it makes you a job, then you open yourself up to be as pathetic as can be to chase said money. A prime example are prank YouTubers or even Mr. Beast. Stop acting like trying to be a YouTuber is nothing more than shaking a damn tin can asking for donations or dancing like a monkey for people. It's how we got locals to begin with, so no. Also, calling people retarded when they act like it was just a normal thing when I was a kid. And guess what? We didn't have pathetic prank YouTubers, Logan Paul or Jack Dorothy, when I was a kid. Also, it ain't derogatory, so get some thicker skin, snowflake. I guarantee you're not on the spectrum, but want to act like it just to pat yourself on the back and fluff your own ego. Oh, while talking down to people who are on the spectrum, like you are with me. So, I mean, you can make your own conclusions with that, but he just really hates that people are making money off the videos, which I don't understand. It's not shaking a tin can, it's receiving money for a product you put out. And as I've stated earlier, the Special Olympics Committee has shown evidence that it is a derogatory term. towards people with intellectual disabilities. And if you have an intellectual disability yourself, I'm ashamed that you want to drag down your community by using these terms that bring you down. And just because you did it as a kid does not give it validity. There are many analogies I could use to show you why, but I know they would be used against me. And this is the original picture to that crash out. Just now you've seen the crash out, I want to see you the very light response. You know, I wanted to show you the bang, and now I want to show you the buck. All of that crazy crash out was because of this. Monetization is a job though. You're making a product, in brackets a video, and making profit from your own video, and your own hard work. You even have to file your YouTube income with the IRS if you make more than $400, and it's taxed for fuck's sake. It's a job, legally and socially. As for the use of the R word, it's very much derogatory and a harmful word to many communities, and I wouldn't be proud to post proof of me texting it for sure. You do you though. And then a reply to the original comment from another YouTuber, well, a YouTube user, says, I feel like the Odo hate is just jealousy. He makes good points, but he just seems to hate Odo a lot, and it's just weird. You can point out a flaw in a game while still playing it. I play the game and critique it, and haven't bought a Warbond since Truth Enforcers. You might just need to take a step back and realize Odo isn't the reason he struggled with Helldivers. It was just the community, and Glazedivers specifically who ruined it for him. Now, those two comments was what caused that gigantic meltdown. And here we have another one I want to show you. This is from another person. They say, I mean, he's making really good points. You're not wrong. There have been leaks across the field, let's say IShowSpeed, MrBeast, etc. They've been bought out due to the fact that they have been suppressed on what they can or cannot say. However, he does make a point. Why would the devs and Tencent care about a YouTuber who does not criticize the game? It's like playing Destiny. You can hate the fact it's dead, but it's a great game overall. And he's right, by the way. You can't go insulting people just because he's not seeing your point of view. He was just stating he doesn't see where the hate is genuinely coming from. Look, I'm not a therapist or a counselor. I'm a nobody. But you should take a break from making these videos, if I'm being honest, because it does seem that your true colors are starting to show. When you yourself did state, I'm not going to make more videos on Helldivers 2, and then go after another Helldivers 2 YouTuber, instead of going on after another passion project like maybe starting up a gaming channel or a news outlet channel, about any other games or insiders editions, for maybe another game that you have similar problems with. You're a smart individual, but I cannot justify the fact that you're stepping over your own feet and tripping yourself over someone who is absolutely hated also by the Glazedivers. That's my take on it. You're smart, but do not let your emotions get the better of you. Now, I couldn't put that better myself. That's pretty much how I feel about it. And I also asked him in that text exchange that was on screen earlier why he continues to make videos when for the past 4 or 5 videos he constantly says this is the last video I will make. And then he makes another video and says this is the last video I'll make. And I was just confused, and I brought that up and I was immediately shot down like as if I was trying to do something that wasn't fair. Now, this is the response Robe had. If you saw the comments I get, in fact, if you got the comments I get, you'd probably commit suicide, because they range from heckling my dad's death to personal attacks. You really need to take a step back to see what the other side is doing, instead of just being critical of me and giving a free pass to everyone else. In fact, I know you didn't watch the whole thing, because Crusader agrees with me at the end. Once he looks at the articles, and the damage is done, he shot my dog! You can't side with one person and realize they were wrong, and then try to gaslight your way out of the situation because I didn't know better. That's retarded, and I refuse to accept. And Tencent funds half the CCP due to investments. Why do you think Tencent and BlackRock own all the game journalists? Yes, I have a video showing BlackRock owns more than half the game journalist websites out there. I expose crooks using misinformation and using their fans. I need to get me out with broken housewife syndrome. In fact, this whole thing started because Kashmir started an argument and went, no, you're wrong. China's not bad, which they never said. Timestamp when they said that if you can find it, and I'll give you a cookie. Which brings up my next point. You really want to protect someone who'd rather downplay the CCP because they said their country's just as bad, and then commit their own people just to protect Odo? That's retarded. As is your response. If that hurt your feelings, try not to be retarded by choice. Okay, so sorry for that annoying voice, but he's basically saying he's gonna kill himself. I killed his dog, and that I'm protecting the CCP by saying I do not support them. And then he's using the R word over and over in his YouTube comments. Now, I mean, enough said. And to give context to earlier, where I said he made a video that was intentionally misleading, during our little, whatever you want to call it, he posted a screen recording of the chat logs, and he kept sending this video about how private equity buys YouTube channels. And he posted it twice, and I said posting the same content multiple times does not change your argument nor the context of the video. You're just sending the same thing again as if to suppress people's opinions, because you're sending it again to be like, well, I already posted this video, stop talking because you're wrong, I'll keep posting this the more you say. And then he proceeded to say he's never sent a link, the same link twice. Every link he's ever sent in that thread was original. And I showed him not. I posted a text that says 1 with a reply to a link, and then a message that says 2, which then replies to a second message with the same link. He then sends the screen recording where he intentionally skips the copied link and shows other links, which, in my opinion, is hiding information while saying you are actively against censorship. They also timed out Kashmir because they did not like what they were saying, which, in my opinion, is censoring, while they are giving a huge rant about censorship and how I'm protecting the CCP. So, to recap, they say I'm protecting the CCP while suppressing other people's thoughts and views. That's very counter to me, and it should be counter to you because that does not make sense. Now, I'm not gonna speak on this topic anymore. This is done. I've gave my side, he's gave his side. This is over. My working relationship with Lord of the Robe will be over, as I believe he is now mentally unstable and I would not want to work with him, because I don't think it's good for his mental well-being to continue YouTube, and if I continued making videos with him, I would be perpetuating his mental downfall. Now, if you're listening to this, Robe, I do hope you get better, because this is neurotic behavior. I do hope you do better, and I was defending you for so long, but every time I tried to offer a helping hand, you shoved another knife into me. And, you know, I had to make this as much as I didn't want to, because it's cringe as fuck, really. But hope you all have a great day. You know, leave a comment. I'm not going to ask you to like or subscribe here, because I don't want this video to be one on my front page. I don't want it to be a popular video that people see, because I want this to be here for its purpose and sit in my catalog as a tool. I want this video to be a tool that serves a purpose. But with that, I will move on to other videos. This will be the last mention of it on my channel. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope that, you know, this scene can be less toxic. Have a great evening, everyone, or morning. Just have a great day. Goodbye.